I just put my hand up, but I'm not quite sure why I'm doing that. Septic shock.
Well, we used to be on
Roads.
the
Oh,
train, but I think yeah,
we're
yes, right.
driving. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Where are we?
Septic
Where
shock.
are we now? Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Oh, we're gonna have some chicken.
I do apologize to the residents of Kentucky
Oh,
for.
come on. Everyone knows Kentucky and chicken,
I
right?
hadn't actually thought of that, but yes, I suppose so.
Really?
But I don't think Colonel Sanders is even from Kentucky, is he? I think he's like from New York or something, right?
I
Like
don't know.
the one
I
thing
don't
I
know.
know
I don't know
about.
where he was from actually. I thought he was from Kentucky, but
No, I think it's
um
all a
at least
facade, right? The
the
Kentucky
the
curdler.
recipe
Yeah.
really because he had the string tie. I don't think they wore those in New York, did they? I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying, but it's a total facade, right? He's not a colonel.
Oh,
The only thing I know about Colonel Sanders was he was very old when he actually kicked off Kentucky Fried Chicken, and
yeah,
one of
he
his
was 90,
and he
90
was yeah
when he died.
he was a bit of a huckster, and he'd traveled around and he'd done a lot
Uh
of things, and one of his jobs prior to becoming the Colonel Sanders was he was an illegal backstreet abortionist.
oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Uh let's see
so,
he
keeping it light on the septic
yeah.
shock.
Yeah, he was actually born in Indiana.
Ah, there we go.
Indiana, but was had a fried chicken roadside stand in Kentucky.
Ah, okay,
So
interesting.
yeah, so he did
Right,
that. Yeah, so um, he was also a steam engine stoker, insurance salesman, and a filling station
yeah,
operator.
he was all sorts of
Mm.
things. He was a proper fucking chancer, that man, and
Wow,
eventually hit it big with KFC, right?
chicken. Yeah.
It's funny now you don't
Okay.
get it so much, but back in the day, here in Japan, um, you'd always get a Kentucky Fried Chicken, sorry, a Colonel Sanders statue in front of KFC stores, right? Every single
Mm.
KFC store would have
Yeah.
a
Sure.
plaster
Yeah.
Colonel
Yep.
Sanders, which you still see from time to time, but not that often now, because apparently people would steal them.
Oh,
Um,
really? Too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, and then they would dress them up as like with Santa Claus outfits and at Christmas time. Which I don't know if non-Japanese people who are if anyone's watching this, I don't know.
no
But
one watches fun. You can say
maybe
whatever you
yeah,
like.
yeah, so yeah. But if you're not from Japan or been to Japan, it might be interesting to know that KFC is actually the most popular food at Christmas time.
Yeah,
It's like the Christmas day, yeah. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
they don't have turkey here really, so they
Oh,
instead they
well,
have
it's
KFC.
Christmas.
KFC
It's
is
Christmas Eve, isn't it? Like Christmas
uh
Eve. If there's a Kentucky Fried
yeah.
Chicken in your area, there will
Uh
be there will be um uh
the line around the block.
yeah, there will be
Yeah.
like cars lined up.
Last
You have to
Christmas,
order in
I remember
advance.
walking past and they you actually had to have a reservation at
Yes,
KFC
yeah, yeah.
in order to get
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you have
you
to
have to
book
book it
in
like a
advance
week,
for
like a month
KFC.
in
Yeah,
advance. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
to get make sure you have
yeah.
enough chicken for you. So so yeah,
Which
so
I
it's
mean,
yeah, it's
you don't
definitely
want to judge, but coming as
mm,
we do, both from countries where you lay on turkey and have a Christmas dinner in your family and shit,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
some fucking greasy chicken in a box is pretty depressing as a
I'm not sure.
Christmas.
Honestly, I don't know how they did it because it's yeah, I don't know how KFC did it, but they really pulled
It's a master coup of
it's yeah,
advertising.
master coup of something. I don't know how they did it, but like somehow they made their product the official food of this holiday, right? Which is
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, there's no fast food chains like that that have done that. I think in over like in Western countries that I know of, just people just have it all the time, right? But it's not like you on this day you have to go to this place, right? So, but KFC somehow has
yeah.
managed to do that so here, which is good for them.
Of
So,
course,
but
one of the businesses now, though, being boycotted around the world, right? Because I think it does have a substantial Israeli investment, right?
oh, does it? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So now there's a
Mm,
lot of people are boycotting KFC around
mm.
the world. I mean,
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't. it's that old thing about, right, it's easy to boycott something you don't give a shit about, right? But
Sure.
I boycott the KFC bus because I never go there, right? There's
You
like
never go there anyway, so
there's one down the road. It's not that I have anything against. It's just like nearer we have other, because karage fried chicken is very popular in Japan, and there's a lot of really good fried chicken places. You don't need to go
right.
to KFC, right?
KFC to get that, yeah. So
They have some
yeah.
really nice. Anyway, you can walk, and find good karage, right? Like
Right, sure.
they know how to do karage. Anyway, that's got
Anyway,
nothing.
back
Well,
to Kentucky.
yeah.
That's
So
really not much to do with what we're talking about today.
no,
But
but we have a couple of films from Kentucky. Septic Shock Road Trip. I'm Clive. He's Ron.
Ron, hi.
Asylum of Satan and Three on a Meathook. The first two films by William Girdler. And if you're talking regional, American horror of this golden era, which is what we're all about, William Girdler is quite synonymous with Kentucky, even though his kind of biggest hit that we'll talk about later, I think was shot in Iowa, which is Grizzly, right? Which is his kind of grizzly bear ripoff. Oh, nice. Grizzly bear ripoff of Jaws, right? We'll be talking
Okay,
about
right.
that later. So we'll be getting about William Girdler. When we've actually talked William Girdler before, Ron, maybe Septic Shock Road Trip or Magic Morning Wood. Do you remember we talked about Abby, the black cast ripoff of The Exorcist?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
yeah. So
ringing
that's
bells. Yeah,
another
okay.
William Girdler film.
Oh, that was his. Okay.
So he did kind of make some, interesting kind of like straight up exploitation drive-in kind of
Sure.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
These are his first two attempts.
First two. Mm-hmm.
Not, he hasn't quite. I think it's fair to say he hasn't quite found his feet yet, right?
Found his feet. Yes, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
But they
Nice
are
way of saying it,
absolutely
yeah.
Kentucky productions. So we're not doing any more Kentucky. I couldn't find anything else. So this is our sole
Okay.
Kentucky episode.
But did William Girdler leave Kentucky
No, I
to do
think
the
he was
rest of his
pretty much
movies?
Kentucky based, but
Ah,
obviously shot whenever things were necessary, right, to
ah.
shoot. Um, but
But you said we're going to do another Girdler, but that one is not Kentucky.
no, that's Iowa. He shot Grizzly. We'll definitely do Grizzly because Grizzly
Oh,
is like, not that it's amazing, but it's just it's one of the cornerstones of like the kind of films we're talking about, right? And
no,
it's
right.
Jaws, but with a grizzly bear, right?
Mm.
So we're gonna have to
But
talk
so
about it
William
because
Girdler actually left Kentucky to go to Iowa to film this.
yeah.
I see. Okay.
And plus, when we get to finally get to, I've no idea what we're gonna do when we get to Hawaii, but when we get to Alaska, the only film that I can think of is doing Claws, and Claws is a rip-off of Grizzly, so it would seem a bit lopsided if we don't do
Uh,
Grizzly. But anyway,
right.
for now we're talking. Let's start with Asylum of Satan,
I
starring.
will say, despite the quality of the movies, both great titles.
Yes, Asylum
Yes.
of
Yeah.
Satan, and particularly Three on a Meat.
Three on a meat hook. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
If you
Very,
were
very.
driving past a
Yeah.
drive-in and you saw that, you'd be like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
see
I'd be
that."
like, oh, I'm gonna go see
Yeah,
that. Yeah. And then I'd be properly disappointed in it. But at the same time, good titles. Yeah.
yeah.
Good start.
That's the job, though, right? Sell the
Yeah. Sure.
sizzle, not the
Sure.
steak, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Carla Borelli finds herself mysteriously. The opening scene is ambulance taking her to Pleasant Hill, a mental institution, and basically she's kept against her will. It's a gaslighting film, isn't it?
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
and the other main, so we should talk about Charles Kissinger. So Charles Kissinger, who was in almost every William Girdler film, was a well-known horror host in Kentucky.
Mm.
he was the fearmonger
Oh.
when all the states had their own local TV horror hosts,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Showing, usually old 30s films and stuff, and with little breaks. And so Charles Kissinger was the fearmonger, and he was a friend of.
I wonder, was there any relation to Henry Kissinger? Silence.
That would be a very different film. Henry Kissinger was in this.
Henry Kissinger was in this
More
area.
people would know about it. But yes, so Charles Kissinger has a dual role in this film, and I'm quite curious. How long did it take you to figure out that both the head of the institution, Dr. Spector, and the very masculine-looking man with a woman's voice, how long did it take you to figure out that they were the same person, man?
Well, you saw the masculine nurse first before you see the Dr. Spector, and immediately I thought, oh, and she comes in talking about Dr. Spector, and I was like, oh, well, that's got to be Dr. Spector.
There we go. So
immediately, because I was like, well, they put a man dressed as a woman, but made her voice a voiceover as a woman, so almost certainly that's going to be Dr. Spector. So I called it like within a second. So, but and I was right. Yeah,
good man. I knew you'd figure.
How about you?
Well, I'd seen the film before, so I can't remember.
Oh, I see. Okay,
but no, I think it's fairly. I mean,
fairly obvious.
Even if you don't put two and two together from the beginning, and this is a funny thing. It's quite interesting nowadays. This seems, in today's climate, this seems almost like distasteful to talk about this other thing. But the thing is, no, it's not. It's clearly a dude with a dubbed-in woman's voice. Like anyone from any LGBTQ community would laugh at this, right? Like,
sure. I'm sure they were. Yeah. So,
it's just like, so it's not us being insensitive. It's just very kind of cack-handedly done, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. Because he's very quite like built as for a man, right? It's like, and it doesn't look feminine in any way, right?
Even like a built woman, you're going to get into. But you don't need
I guess
to
so,
because it's just so.
I'll take my foot out of my mouth, but it doesn't. It's not convincing as a woman. So
no, so it doesn't take very long to figure out, and that's pretty much the rest of the film. Is she's just kept there. She meets some other characters, like a blind woman, an old woman, who end up getting killed. The blind woman gets killed by some snakes in a pool. The blind woman gets gassed to death, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
To be honest, I still don't actually kind of really understand the plot of this film.
No, yeah.
And then her fiance is looking for her, trying to get in. It all turns out that actually it's a Satanist's kind of lair, right? Hail Satan, hail Satan.
Right.
And I'm guessing Satan himself turns up, right?
I just showed you that picture. That picture, was Satan himself.
Horned thing, which is a weird. If you show it again there, the weird thing about that is, on the one hand, for a very low budget film from 1971, you think, oh, that's pretty good costume, but it's also very goofy looking. It reminded me of when we did Horror of Party Beach, right? With the So it's I mean, it is what it is. Hail Satan. It's a silly little film.
I will add that it's even on the poster.
There we go. Yeah.
So
it's a silly little film. I mean, it's funny. I've seen this a couple of times now, and it is quite boring, to be honest with you. It's quite slow.
Yeah.
But there's something about the Satanist thing about it and everything. Like, when it finished and you got the final, I kind of had a little smile on my face, because I was thinking, what a stupid film that probably made quite a lot of money, more than they spent to make it in drive-ins. And good for you, William Girdler. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any ill will towards this film,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't really recommend it. But I don't know, the Satan, yeah, this it's an odd one. How did
Hmm.
you get on with this Asylum of Satan?
Yeah. Well, I unfortunately watched this reverse. Watched the second, and
Oh,
so
okay.
I would say that that of the two, I preferred this one
Oh,
just
really?
because the other one I think is quite boring. But yeah, this one at least had some elements of kind of like, oh, okay, like the snakes in the pool and all that kind of stuff was like they were. I mean, none of it makes any sense whatsoever, and there's no real plot to it other than I'm at this asylum and people keep dying. But
It's the Asylum
yeah,
of Satan, Ron. What do you expect?
yeah, so but they were trying stuff. It looked like it was very much a first movie for a director, like, oh, let's see what I can do with these kind of special effects. Let's see what I can get away with. Let's see what I can get done. Right.
Right.
And yeah, you can see him almost experimenting. And I appreciated that. And it had at least peppered with moments of kind of like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to get there. And kind of like, I mean, overall it's still quite boring and padded. But and yeah, and I don't understand like with the goofy Satan mask, they bought it like to the point where they put it on the poster. Like I
Right.
I mean I don't know, at one point they looked at it like that is a
Yeah.
great mask. That
But
is
it's
gonna do it,
quite a
right?
good
So
monster suit in a way. You can imagine it being used in another film more effectively, maybe. I don't know.
right, yeah,
But the
maybe,
first
but
time well, actually, I'd seen this film before, like I said, but even this time watching it, the first time I almost spat out my coffee. I was like, what the fuck? Like, not because it's bad, but it was just like, because there's a lot of film about Satanists but rarely
uh,
does Satan actually turn
Satan
up and
himself
look
actually show
like
up,
that.
yes. Well,
I'm
but it's the
assuming it was
asylum
Satan.
of Satan, so he's got to be there, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't know why Satan himself cares about this particular asylum, but
Well, he doesn't. That's the cool thing
yeah,
is like at the end he burns
yeah,
the Satanist character because he's like, stop fucking
yeah,
wasting
yeah.
my
That's true.
time with this
Yeah, he's like,
bullshit.
get out of here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he does. Yeah.
And I thought, oh, fair play. Yeah, you're Satan.
Hmm,
You know,
sure.
you got a lot of shit to do, places to be.
Yeah,
Not
yeah. I guess
interested in
to do
fucking this little
souls to eat.
place in Kentucky.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah. Again, I think it was about the same. It was kind of boring and kind of whatever, but I appreciated what he was trying to do, kind of at the very
Right.
least. So yeah,
So this is
yeah.
interesting. So this brings us. It's funny you say that you watched that the second film was less
Mm,
interesting to you than Asylum of Satan. This
uh,
is three on a Meathook, right? But and I totally understand why you say that because I was thinking that as well. Watching it for the second time is just taken as a movie experience, just watching. Yes, I think Asylum of Satan is slightly ever more enjoyable
yeah.
than Three on a Meathook is. But
Right.
what's kind of interesting about Three on a Meathook historically, I suppose, as a
Okay.
kind of horror movie fan, is that it does come in that weird space. So so obviously Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, is the first
Mm,
major film that's influenced by Ed Gein, right? The
okay. Hmm.
the serial killer, and then
Right.
the other kind of what people think of Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 1974, but then there's also
Hmm.
that movie Deranged, right?
Mm,
In 1973. Those are the two big kind of Ed Gein hits that they make it a
right.
bit more.
Okay.
But this film comes out in 72, pre-Deranged, and it's definitely a Ed Gein film, right? The
Mm,
way this, so it's kind of interesting in so much as there's this little drive-in film from Kentucky that just kind of foreshadows Deranged and Three on a Meat Hook, right? So
mm.
that makes it
No,
interesting.
Foreshadows Strange and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes it interesting for genre
Right.
fans, I think.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
But no, I agree with you. The way it plays out, it's not exactly. But again, I think because more than Asylum of Satan, the story of this kind
Mm,
of guy who it's been copied not strictly from this film, but this film's in the continuum of this type of film. This type
mm,
of film is more common, right? So you've seen this story
mm,
a million times before. So It's
Mm.
almost a victim of its own prescience in a
Sure.
way, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got this guy, Billy, lives on the farm with his dad, again played by Charles Kissinger. And there's a couple of there's four women. First of all, they get stranded by the roadside after doing some skinny dipping in a lake, including the main blonde, Linda Thompson. She was a
Mm.
one-time Miss Tennessee Universe who
Mm.
lived with Elvis in Graceland for a couple of years.
No, really, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
she
Mm.
was Elvis's main squeeze for a while,
Mm. Mm.
which I'm
Pre-Priscilla.
assuming what brought her to the attention of the filmmakers.
Right.
And she's
Mm.
quite kind of sexy, I guess, if you're into that kind of thing. And she has a topless scene and all that. Um, and yeah, so they go back to Billy's farm, uh, and they all get killed. And then his father is like, "Oh, Billy, don't you know you and women? You can't be around women. It's just
Mm.
terror, you know." And of course, you're led to believe, oh yeah, that's. But of course, watching this with your 2025 head on, you know that
Yeah.
the
Dad did
father
it.
is the killer, right?
Yeah.
This is spoiler
Again,
alert, but this is
gaslighting. Again,
yeah,
gaslighting and like a kind of a twist, right? You know,
yeah,
so which is the
yeah,
same thing as
yeah.
yeah. So he's got a theme here going, right? So
It's very difficult to judge nowadays if the twist is effective or not. I mean,
mm.
I tend to believe that any kind of viewer paying attention would probably have figured it out, but
Yeah. I again, I knew it again immediately. It's like, oh, Dad did it, right?
yeah,
So like, I don't
yeah.
know, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's just because I'm used to that kind of thing, or or if it was just done not as well. So
And then the narrative gets like slightly weird because like the father's like, "Oh, son, you
yeah,
killed all these women. Why don't you go out and relax and go on a night on the town?" Which he does, and he goes to a bar, and there's this horrible band called American Express who sing a song about how we're all insane, which is
yeah.
just
Well,
fucking
and I think this is an example of why I think this movie's not as good because it was more obviously padded, right?
yes,
Whereas
yeah, yeah, that's
the
true.
Asylum of Satan can I mean it was short, but I mean at least it was all story, right? So as this one is like, oh well, we don't have enough for this. Let's just put an entire shit song at this bar just to pad the time out, right? And as soon as there's like an entire song being played, you know that is like, oh well, they're just
Yeah.
padding this stuff, right? So
And then he meets
yeah.
another girl and then falls in
They
love and
fall in
takes
love
her
and the
back.
whole and like
Yeah,
and it's like an hour of a love story of some kind of thing. I don't know what's
yeah.
going on. So
And then, of
yeah.
course, we do find out, oh my God, what a shock. It's the father. And I suppose the extra twist, I
Okay.
suppose, might have been kind of a shock in the day is that
Uh,
also the cannibalism, right? That where he's
right.
eating the victims, right?
Mm, mm.
The other thing I thought was kind of interesting is I think this must be the first cinematic, uh, um, um, uh, well, this is the first time we
Are
saw
you okay?
the that thing where someone gets decapitated against a wall and the head stays up and the body falls away, right? Like you've
Right.
seen that in a whole bunch of films. I remember first seeing it in Hell Night, that slasher film with Linda
Okay.
Blair from the early
Mm,
80s. And I remember seeing it there and thinking,
right.
oh, that's cool. Rather than just a head flying
Uh,
off, you get decapitated, but the
right.
head stays up on the axe and the body falls away.
Uh,
But I
right.
think it's the first time you see that in this, which seems like a
Mm,
small thing, but
mm.
when you get into the
Yeah, sure.
minutiae of gore film history and stuff, that's kind
Right.
of a
Yeah. Yeah,
landmark
so
thing.
he
Yeah,
had some good ideas. Yeah,
yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah,
Yeah, he's just starting out. Give him a break. He's just trying to
yeah.
he's just cutting his teeth on these movies, ever. But he has a couple of good ideas. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we
uh,
won't be dissing William Girdler here.
mm. Except
Um,
for generally, it was quite boring. So I thought,
yeah,
yeah, definitely the fact that they had to pad it out with that full song and this like full just it was just turned into a romance movie. I didn't know what we were watching. I was like, what happened to the fact that he just killed 4 people? And there's no connection or mention of it whatsoever. And he's just sort of like love with this girl and da, da. And it's like they could at least, bring in some kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe I just killed 4 women. What am I gonna do? It wasn't even mentioned again. It was just okay. Now I'm in love with this girl, right? So it's
Yeah,
really,
to be
I don't know,
fair,
it's very
even
odd.
though the final twist is the father is the psychopath, I mean,
Mm.
that son's a fucking psycho as well, surely. Like,
Well,
even at the
I
end of
mean,
the
if
film,
yeah,
they do the whole thing about, well, it wasn't you, boy, you were innocent. But I'm
yeah,
thinking, yeah, but your reaction to considering that you might be a serial killer, I think you actually might be in the future. You're gonna carry
yeah,
on
yeah. The
your
fact that
father's
he had
legacy.
no reaction to, oh, I just killed 4 people. Oh, I'm gonna go and find another woman and not really
I'm
think
gonna
about
go
it ever
watch
again, right?
American Express singing "We're All
Yeah,
Insane."
you're at least at the very least a sociopath, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
To be honest, the "We're All Insane" song is not too bad. Whatever the
Mm,
fucking song they sing before that is
mm.
horrendous. That was
Yeah.
offensive to my ears. That was the most horrific thing in this film, I think, was that first.
Uh,
Anyway, we are out
yeah.
of here.
Okay. See ya, Kentucky.
See you. Ah, fuck, Ron, you haven't done your
Get out of the road, you Kentucky
There we go.
hippies.
All is well in the
Take your
world.
take your chicken and get the hell out of the road,
See you in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I want everybody to get on your feet. What's the matter, baby? Ain't you digging this beat? I know now, don't tell me.